Hi everyone, welcome back on my channel, and this is the first tea with Ouga for 2022, like I had announced a couple of weeks ago. So today's tea is Breathe Deep. It's by Yogi Tea. The other day I was at Whole Foods Market and I found it. And I remember I used to buy this brand quite a lot when I was in Morocco. I used to go to this organic shop called La Vie Claire. I think they changed their name now. But yeah, they used to have quite a nice selection, and whenever you have a tea bag, it has a little inspirational quote. So this one goes, "Go in you, figure it out." Okay. Anyway, so today's topic is about the luxury items I will not be buying in 2022, and that is off the back of me having filmed a couple luxury unboxings. You have seen how I have been invested in some Cartier jewelry pieces. I also next week I will actually have a massive haul video where I show you every single item I bought in January. So a lot of these items I have ordered actually the last week of December and maybe on the 1st of January, but they each arrived very slowly throughout the month, and there is a reason for me buying all of these things. In short, I am upgrading my life and everything because I'm leveling up. I want to be going places. I am progressing. So yeah, what I surround myself with, everything I do is very important. But at the same time, while I'm going to probably have another video on my investment reasoning, I thought there are some items that, as I was making my wish list, I realized I kept saying there is no way I'm buying this. So I thought to show you, it's only 5 or 6 items / categories, and I thought I'd walk you through how I think about it. The first item is the Cartier Love bracelet. Now, I have a few Cartier pieces. So this is a Clash ring. I filmed an unboxing for that. This is a Panthère ring. I also filmed an unboxing. This is a Pasha watch, which I didn't film an unboxing, but I might do a review because I've had it for over a year now, so I might do like a year review or something like that. I love all of these pieces. I have researched them, I tried them multiple times, and I love them and bought them. But when people think about Cartier, the first thing they think about is the Love bracelet, which are these oval bracelets that come with a screw. They have little screws that can be plain or with diamonds. When I was going through the different auction sites, I saw a lot of Cartier bracelets, and the good thing is that in almost every jewelry auction at Christie's, Sotheby's, Bonham's, you will have these, which means that they do retain a certain value and you can resell them. However, what I have noticed in the last couple of years is that pretty much everybody is buying them. They are, some people even call them the Kardashian bangles, where I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not buying pieces just for their value. I'm buying pieces because I want to emulate a certain lifestyle that I identify with, and I don't identify with the stack of bangles from Cartier. The other thing is, when you have people buying 6 or 7 bangles everywhere and it's everybody's first purchase, that dilutes the value, which means that by the time a lot of these bracelets hit the resale market, they're going to not have much value to them because everybody has them. And I mean, that's an exaggeration, not everywhere, but everybody who could buy them or could save to buy them would have already have one. So it would be very difficult to sell. And the third thing that annoyed me is that Cartier have been increasing prices regularly, and they're about to do, or maybe just did, another price increase in January. And I just feel like at this point, it's not really worth it. They have a lot of other pieces that are more, let's say, unique or less widespread, and it feels like it has more personality. So I'll probably stick with these pieces rather than the Love bracelet. That's why I'm not getting it. I'm happy to receive it as a gift because of its meaning, you know, Love bracelet, but I will not be buying it myself. The second category is an entire family of products which are anything related to travel, so luxury travel items. For many years when I was in Morocco, I used to, you know, you've seen some of my packing videos. I used to love packing and preparing for trips and everything. And I had like dividers, I had packing cubes, passport covers, you name it, whatever was travel related, I would have that. Then obviously I moved to Brussels. I worked in consulting. I'd be traveling 4 or 5 days a week, spending most of my time in hotels. And yes, I did make the most out of my travel items, but I did not really travel in a couple of years. I was given the opportunity to travel and I felt like it was too much of a hassle. I don't enjoy traveling as much because of all the testing and, you know, all of these things. And so I don't think that there is anything I could add to my collection that would warrant me going for a luxury item. I don't use luggage tags because I don't check my luggage very, very, very rarely. And even when I buy a replacement suitcase, which will be probably next year, it will be from a mid-range brand. So it will probably be like a Delcy or something, a Samsonite or something like that. It will not be a Tumi for the big one, because my big one actually, I broke the wheel on it because I've been moving back and forth from my storage unit to my place. So it had a lot of wear and tear, but you know, I've had it also for almost a decade. So it was about time. I'm not getting a passport cover because every time you go to any passport check, they have to take your passport from its cover, and it's a lot of a hassle to just have the cover out and in and out and in. Like, what for? So yeah, I feel bad for Tumi, which was a very, very famous brand among the consultant set, the very, very frequent travelers, but I just feel like it's not really there. So I wouldn't buy the Tumi range, and I wouldn't buy the luxury range either. Then anything small leather goods, they're called, in the luxury community, they're called SLGs, and that's typically what people buy. Let me move the camera because I feel like it's sliding. Yeah, that's better. No, it's still sliding. Ugh. All right. So many people start by buying a wallet or a small wallet on chain instead of a bag, or a keychain or a scarf. That's not an SLG, but whatever. I don't want to buy any of these things. I was thinking of buying a wallet, and I recently donated a wallet that I've had since Morocco from Roberto Cavalli, and I have another one that is from Coach that I've had for many, many, many years, at least 10 years, and I don't know where it is. But I was thinking all I need is a small card holder, and I have in my wish list to buy one tiny card holder from Goyard, and it will be in a saffron yellow, and that's all I need because I don't carry cash, I don't carry a lot of things, and I barely change my bags. Like, I would wear a bag for 5-6 months straight before changing it, and I don't really have a big bag collection. And it's even worse for my smaller items, and that's why I wouldn't be buying any luxury small leather goods. The next item on my no-buy list is the Chanel Classic Flap, and that's something where, again, a lot of people, when they just start getting into Chanel, they would buy the Classic Flap in caviar leather, which is the pebbled one, because it's more resistant, probably in black because they think they will get most of the wear out of it. It goes with everything. It's everywhere, at least here in Chelsea and Belgravia and all this area. It's everywhere, everywhere. The quality has gone down, so it's not as, like, the current bags are not as sturdy as the more vintage ones. They keep introducing price increases. They increased the price again, which became ridiculous, and they have put a quota on the bags that you can get. So I think you can get 2 bags a year or something like that. Hermes also does it, but you know, I don't like all of that artificial stuff. So I'm not going to go on a waiting list for a bag, and I'm not going to have a quota imposed on me. And yeah, I just, like, I feel there are a lot of nicer bags for the same price point, and I'd probably go to these ones because they would give me the same satisfaction for a fraction of the price. And also, I just don't want to look like everybody else. I don't want to be that girl with the black flap Chanel bag. A whole brand that I'm not going to buy from is Gucci. It's very difficult because I really like their sneakers, and you remember how I actually tried so many different sneakers, but my feet are so special that I struggle with finding something to wear. I wore sneakers from Churches, from Cézanne. I remember with the Cézanne ones, I even ended up getting bleeding in my feet. So Gucci are the only ones that don't make my feet bleed. It's very gnarly, it's not the nicest thing to say, but that's the only exception. But I think I got over it because of the belt. There is a double G belt that everybody has, and I think 3 years ago I was fine with it. It was still a novelty, but I see it everywhere, and I just feel like I don't. Yeah, I just don't want anything with a Gucci logo on it. I've had enough. It's everywhere. That happened also, not to the same extent, but with the Hermes belt. I didn't wear it for a couple years. I only started wearing it again recently just because I don't see it around. I don't want to look like a clone of everybody else. But the entire brand just has gone really, really overboard. A lot of other brands have followed suit with the whole logos, etc. But the prices are just crazy, crazy. It doesn't matter what the item is. The price is just going to be really quite a lot. And you could get things from specialized stores that are better quality, but that would be more, less expensive. Case in point, last year when I was going to an event, I was looking at buying a hat. And I remember, because when you start looking for a long time, you start getting all these ads. And I saw a hat from Gucci, and it was like 1,500 pounds for a straw hat, just because it's Gucci. And then you have these very specialized companies like Maison Michel, which is very specialized in hats. They had it for 500. You had people like Lock Hatters, which is the oldest hat and the best hat maker in the world, allegedly, in London, and they had it for even less than that. So it's just gotten ridiculous. And then the last item that I have been going back and forth on as I was building my wish list was the Van Cleef Alhambra. So I wanted, there are three collections that I was considering. I was considering the Alhambra because it's the classic one, the Frivole because it has some very nice, very big earrings. I love, and the two rings, the 2-finger rings. And then the Perlé one, which is very, very small. It's kind of like a very skinny version of this Clash de Cartier. But then as I started doing my research, I realized how everybody has Alhambra. Everybody starts from Van Cleef with Alhambra. And there are waiting lists. And some of the stones are very fragile. And I realized that the common theme in all of these things is I don't want, even if I like a brand, I don't want to go to the item that everybody starts with. I'd rather skip to level 2 or 3. So for Cartier, I don't want to go for the love bracelet. For Chanel, I don't want to go for the black flap. And then for Van Cleef, I don't want to go for the Hamra line. So with that in mind, I'm still building my wish list. I have a few investments to make, which is why I did all my purchases of the smaller things in January, and then I'm not buying anything until I can get some of my investment pieces. One of them is a very nice watch. It's not expensive because it's a jewelry watch, but it's because it's from a proper watchmaker, and it's still being made in Germany. And I remember I inquired about it and they said they would bring one. It's been weeks and I'm still waiting because it's still not been made. So that would be my next investment, but I'm gonna wait for it. But I don't know whether or not to make a video about my wish list items, because usually I'm such a slow shopper that my wish list items can last for years and years and years. Like the Chaumet ring that I bought, I've had it on my wish list for 3 years. So I don't know how useful it is for me to film a tea with Ouga with a wish list that will take me forever to get. But yeah. So yes, this is my thinking. These are the things that I'm not going to be buying and my reasoning behind them. It's more the reasoning that matters. My next video is going to be about my upgrading again one more time for my life. I think I'm at a point where I really want to do that. So I've been doing it and I'm very happy with all the changes I made. So I did not make I didn't make resolutions for 2022, but rather I just went ahead and started implementing habits. So rather than have goals, it's more things that I do differently. And there are days I do them, there are days I don't do them. I think it's a much gentler way of going about the year. So yeah, what is on your no-buy list and why? I'd like to know. See you very soon on my channel. Bye!